bit like the black in the previous frame. The white very close to going into the pocket, stays on the table, which is to Ben Davies' advantage as he gets the first opportunity in frame 2. The yellows are much better than the reds apart from one ball. That one yellow nearest the 2 reds on the bottom left-hand side is, he has to decide how he wants to develop that. And he's gone straight after it, and although it hasn't come out perfect for him, he may well still choose to play this off the red into the left centre pocket. It was a delicate shot and wasn't right behind it. Got very close as he could without making it, but it's stayed on the table, and that's given Mark Boyle his first real opportunity in this match. In a strange way, Mark's been a little bit fortunate here because the white's landed in between the black and yellow, which makes the cueing as awkward as it was.
He must have very supple ankles. That's all I can say.
There's no way I could do that.
No, not a chance. Very impressive. I wonder if Mark does yoga.
He tried to play onto the red on the top right-hand side cushion previously and wasn't able to do so. He's going to have to play a good positional shot now to get onto it. Looks like he's going behind the yellow.
He is.
So often the way when you try and get on your hardest ball early and you're not able to do so, it just mounts the pressure as the visit goes on.
That was a near impossible escape too. So advantage swings back to Ben Davies, who already has the early lead after that remarkable clearance in frame number 1.
From the angle that Mark Boyle had to attack his red from the snooker, he probably only had a quarter of the red to aim at, if that. Very difficult. It just hands over a very simple table for a player of Ben's ability.
Yep, no obstacles at all this time for Ben. As straightforward as it comes. And this straightforward black for 2-0 in quarter-final number 3. Great start from the big man.
Yeah, he looks like he's in the mood today. He looks really sharp. That finish in frame 1 really was, even for a player of Ben's class, was very eye-catching. It just shows that he really is here and means business today. Very surprised that Mark Boyle wasn't able to complete the finish after the first couple of shots he played. It looked like he was going to be able to work his way around the table. Only takes one semi-loose positional shot to kill the chance, though.
Needs a good break. 2-0 down already. Nothing's going to drop, I don't think. No. Rueful smile. And back you go again, Ben.
Just the red and yellow that are together nearest the left centre pocket. Whichever colour set he chooses to go, and it's yellows. It's just that one yellow to work out.
Oh, he's gone straight for it.
And it's come out okay, but he may be forced to play it now, and you're probably too thin to really, or too close to it to really snick it in now. If he can see the one to the right centre, it's fine.
Yeah.
He could, and I think he can see the one to the bottom left, so this is, he's having a good look. It looks tight. His reaction tells me that he can't. May have to swerve this.
I'm not convinced how closely he checked that when he got down to play that shot into the middle. But again, he gets himself out with an excellent shot, albeit cueing now hampered.
A plant to a blind pocket when the ball you're planting onto is quite a long way from the pocket, and it's not a straight plant. It was a very good shot.
Well, he's motoring now, Ben Davies. (3-0) in no time at all. 10 minutes.
Yeah, quite incredible start to this match for Ben Davies. Mark Boyle's not done a huge amount wrong. Just that one mistake, positional mistake in the previous frame, has cost him. And he hasn't had a shot in the other 2 frames. The one thing in Mark Boyle's favour is that those 3 frames were fairly quick. There is still time left in this match for him to win at least 3 frames to get back into it. And the other thing that he's got going in his favour is the fact that he really does have a fantastic temperament. He's one of the players I've seen make a lot of comebacks in tournament play, and even in the Taom Shootout in Falkirk, he was 4-0 down to Liam Dunster in the semi-finals and was able to come back to 4-3 and had the chance to make it 4-4 before Liam was able to get the match won. And it just shows that he can sit there and take the punishment, sit there and take the frame losses, and still, if he gets an opportunity, respond with not just a frame but a string of frames. Just to flick the red on the way through. Ben was playing for the red at the bottom of the table. When you've got all your reds in one half of the table and one in the other, you really want to get onto that one in the other half of the table as early as possible, because it's quite a tricky ball. But the flick on the red meant he couldn't get onto it and had to take the tough one into the middle instead.
So then, Mark, opportunities that are going to have to be taken now. Plenty of time, but already 3 down in the blink of an eye. Here in Milton Keynes, latest Taom Shootout Series event. In a very, very entertaining day, on and off the table.
This is a routine finish for Mark Boyle. I'd be disappointed with that. It really was a routine finish coming to the table. Everything in the open, not too much traffic. He's just run into a... He's okay, he's on the yellow to the right centre, but it's going to be the next 2 positional shots. They're going to be trickier than they needed to be.
You've done very well on the commentator's curse today.
Yeah, once or twice, that's for certain.
This is a tough shot, and he's missed it. Never in.
Running out of position in frame 2 was a surprise for Mark, but I could see it happening just the way the visit had gone. But this time, with the way the table was laid out when he came to it, I'm really shocked that he hasn't completed the finish, even with my commentator's curse.
He's back though.
He's just normally so clinical. He normally only needs half a chance. The yellow in the top half of the table is his problem, and it's not an easy skill shot.
Has he gone behind it? He has. Well, how do you fancy this into the tight middle bag?
I think he'll just be happy that he's got a shot at it, because he hit the shot he was playing all wrong. He was playing for the yellow into the top right-hand corner pocket.
He's going all the way down, past the black and in. That's a lovely shot.
Yeah, the fact it went to the corner made a big difference. That into the middle would have been very tough.
Boyle's on the board, needed that badly. First frame of the night for Mark Boyle, but he's still up against it, trailing Ben Davies 3 frames to 1.
Thoroughly enjoying themselves out there. Momentum's such a big thing in sport, and especially in pool. Mark Boyle's previous break, he had a good break but came up dry, and Ben was able to make a fairly routine reverse dish. This time round, having won the previous frame, hits an excellent break and gives himself a great opportunity to cut the gap back to just 1. He really does hit that cut break with such power. It's an awful lot of power through the pack, which is really hard to do when you're playing the cut break. So often the white will jump off the table.
Such a gentle lull in the crowd after their exertions of this afternoon. Gearing up for our remaining few games, and that's another miss to the centre.
Very surprising miss from Mark. We've talked about it all day. Those middle pockets are so tight. The camera angle makes them look a lot easier than they are. Ben has a lovely style around the table. Very, very relaxed. He actually plays incredibly quickly, but it doesn't look like he's moving very quickly at all. Almost floats around the table, but the way he sees the game and the speed of the way he thinks is very quick.
And he's 2 balls away now from 4-1. Which takes him 1 frame from victory. He's just played up behind the black, down into the left corner. Had to avoid the cannon on the red to centre, does so. And it's a comprehensive advantage now. 4 frames to 1 for Ben Davies. These.
Yeah, and a very sore head in the morning as well, no doubt.
So 10 minutes, 10.5 minutes if required, with the way Ben Davies has played. I wouldn't expect that we'll have 10 more minutes of this match.
Well, this frame's got some mileage. Balls at the top have not landed kindly. I believe the red will plant onto the red over the top right, so that's that problem solved. So it's the red next to the yellow on the left-hand side that's going to cause him all the issues.
Reminder, the shot clock halves halfway through the match. 30-second shot clock from 30 minutes down to 15. Then 15 seconds a shot, which is not a lot.
Well, he has opened up the red by cannoning the yellow out the way. He's not landed nicely on his next red, but he's one good pot away and good positional shot away from having the good chance to win the match. And that was tough, very tough cueing.
Well, Mark's got all these yellows lined up down the left. How do you fancy a 4-ball plant?
Yeah, that's you saw Ben hold up his hand just to apologise, knocking all those yellows across the left-hand side, making this table really messy. Just when Mark needs not just a finish, but he needs a very quick finish. He needs to get 3 frames on the board in the next 9 minutes.
Yeah, it just hasn't really happened. Mr. Magic has missed some magic tonight. Oh, and he's missed a yellow there. And this could be it, you know.
You are right, I think, with Mark. He's just not quite been at the races, not his normal self. Just in my notes, I think I've written down 3 missed pots for Mark, and that's very unusual in a best of 9.
Well, it looks like curtains for Mark Boyle. Ben Davies very much in the mood here tonight in Milton Keynes. A little bit still to do with the black. No mistake though, and a thumping victory for Ben Davies. He's dismantled Mr. Magic Mark Boyle by 5 frames to 1, and he's the 3rd man through to the semi-finals. 1 place up for grabs, and we'll fill that next.
Shootout Pool, sponsored by mycaring.com.